Everything looks fine from the outside. You have what you're supposed to have: a place to live, people in your life, things to do. Maybe you hit a goal you worked toward for years. And yet, something feels hollow. Not sad, not anxious, just empty. Like something that should be there isn't. And the worst part is you can't explain it. Because from the outside, everything looks fine. So you tell yourself you're ungrateful, broken, that something is wrong with you. But there isn't. This feeling has a name, a mechanism, and a very specific reason it happens. And understanding it changes everything. Your brain has a system that was designed to keep you hungry. Not physically hungry. Hungry for more. Always. Scientists call it hedonic adaptation. It's the brain's tendency to return to a baseline level of satisfaction, no matter what happens to you. Good things happen. You feel great. Then your brain recalibrates. The new house becomes just the house. The new relationship becomes just normal. The achievement you worked years for becomes just your life. In studies, lottery winners report returning to roughly the same happiness levels within a year of winning. People who got their dream job feel the same 6 months in. This isn't ingratitude. This is biology. Your brain evolved to never be fully satisfied, because a satisfied brain stops looking for food, shelter, and safety. In the wild, contentment was dangerous, so your brain fights it. But hedonic adaptation only explains part of it. There's something deeper happening in your brain's reward system. Neuroscientists have identified two completely separate systems, one for wanting, one for liking. The wanting system runs on dopamine. It drives you toward things, goals, people, experiences. The liking system runs on opioids. It creates actual pleasure when you get those things. Here's where it gets strange. These two systems can become disconnected. You can desperately want something and feel almost nothing when you get it. The wanting was intense. The liking was barely there. This is why chasing goals sometimes makes the emptiness worse, not better. You get the thing. The dopamine stops firing, and you're left wondering why you don't feel what you expected. The wanting tricked you into thinking getting it would fix everything. It never does. There's a name for this too. Psychologist Tal Ben-Shahar calls it the Arrival Fallacy. It's the belief that when you reach a certain point, the goal, the relationship, the number in your bank account, you'll finally feel complete. But arrival doesn't work that way. The moment you arrive, the destination stops being the destination. Your brain immediately identifies the next thing to want. So the feeling of incompleteness that was supposed to go away doesn't. It just relocates. Now add something else. The world you live in. Humans evolved in small tribes of 50 to 150 people. You knew everyone around you. You were known by everyone around you. Today, you can be surrounded by millions of people and feel completely invisible. Social media shows you a curated highlight reel of everyone else's life. Your brain, which evolved to compare itself to people in its immediate tribe, is now comparing itself to the best moments of thousands of strangers. And it always comes up short. Not because your life is lacking, but because the comparison is rigged. You're comparing your insides, your doubts, your fears, your quiet, ordinary moments, to everyone else's outsides, their curated wins, their filtered highlights. That comparison creates a specific kind of emptiness, the feeling that everyone else has something figured out that you haven't. And then there's the question of meaning. Psychiatrist Viktor Frankl survived the Holocaust and spent his life studying one question: what keeps people going when everything is stripped away? His answer wasn't happiness, it wasn't pleasure, it was meaning. Frankl found that people can endure almost anything if they understand why. And he found that people with comfortable, easy lives often felt emptier than people facing real hardship. Because comfort without purpose creates a specific kind of hollowness. Your brain doesn't just need good things to happen. It needs to feel like those things matter. Like your actions connect to something larger than your own comfort. When that connection is missing, even a good life can feel pointless. So what actually fills it? Not more achievement, not more stimulation. The research points to 4 things consistently. First, genuine connection. Not followers, not likes, not group chats you barely read. Real connection, where someone knows the actual you, not the curated version. Studies show that the quality of your relationships is the single strongest predictor of long-term well-being. One real conversation matters more than 100 surface interactions. Second, novelty and challenge. Hedonic adaptation happens fastest with comfort and routine. It slows dramatically when you introduce new experiences, new skills, new challenges, not because new things make you happy, but because they force your brain to stay present. They interrupt the background hum of emptiness by demanding your full attention. Third, contribution. Not charity, not grand gestures. Anything where what you do creates a visible difference for someone else. Your brain responds to impact. It's wired to feel meaningful when it helps something survive or grow. That can be as small as genuinely listening to someone who needed to be heard. Fourth, presence. The empty feeling often lives in the gap between where you are and where you think you should be, between the life you have and the life you imagined having. Closing that gap doesn't mean lowering your standards. It means training your attention to find what's real and valuable right now. Not because things are perfect, but because living entirely in the future guarantees the emptiness stays. The feeling isn't a sign that your life is wrong. It's a sign that your brain is doing exactly what it was designed to do. Always scanning, always comparing, always wanting more. It kept your ancestors alive. In your modern life, it just runs on the wrong fuel. The question isn't how to make it stop. The question is what you point it toward. Connection instead of comparison. Meaning instead of comfort. Presence instead of arrival. None of these are permanent fixes. The feeling will come back. But now you know what it is. And knowing what it is most of the work. You are not broken. You are not ungrateful. You are a human being with a brain that was built for a world that no longer exists. And you're doing your best to find meaning inside of it. That's not emptiness. That's the human condition. And you're not alone in it.